Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. I wanted to do a not so quick video, just a few minute video. I'm taking the rest of the switch panel out of here and we're going to do an upgrade on it. We're going to order some Carling square switches and get rid of these old toggle switches where we can have some nice illumination with our parking lights. And for those of you who see these old lights right here, those are really hard to get and you can't get them in colors and they're incandescent, and the hot thing to do these days is LED. So we're going to take the rest of this rest of these switches out of here and label them all and tape them up. That way nothing arcs or anything, and then we can still drive this thing down the road if we want to. So but hope everybody's doing all right, and take this stuff out, put some electrical tape around it, nice and insulated to where it don't blow up, and get these switches to the blaster and get that old wood grain stuff taken off of them. And some people are a fan of it. I happen to not be one of those people. It's really hard to keep the stuff clean. I don't know, I'm more of a little bit of a modern type of person, but the brown leather look, the sticker leather look just doesn't go with this truck at all, except the interior. So but I think these panels would look much better powder coated black. They're all faded anyway, so we're going to get them to the blaster and then get them to the powder coater, and hopefully we'll get them back here in a week or so. Got the ignition switch taped up. Got all these switches already out, and we'll start with this one right here and get it out of our way. Got the Jake switch out, and the on-off, the Jake switch, and the Jake stage switch, the high and low, already out of it, and they're already insulated and taped and got them marked down here. So got the dimmer out, going to replace the dimmer with a LED type dimmer. What in the world was that? That's the plate for the cigarette or the ignition switch. But I already got those switches out, so we'll just keep pulling these out one by one and get them out and tape them up. Really fortunate with this truck because all these switches or all the wiring is in really good shape. It was really good taken care of. Nothing ever caught on fire or blowed up or anything of that nature. So whoever had it took really good care of it. It was United Van Lines to begin with, and then whoever had it after that still continued to take really good care of it. But the wiring is in excellent shape. So but we'll throw a piece of tape on that. That was the work light, the floodlight for the back. So we'll write a tag right here. Pretty nice day here in Indiana today. It's about, I don't know, 75 degrees, and it didn't storm today. For those of you who don't know about Indiana weather, it's if you don't like it, just wait around. It'll probably change. So it's never know really what you're going to get. We have pretty cold winters here, and then we have pretty hot summers. So it's kind of one of those deals. But all right, next one is the air tank heat, which I don't even think it's there anymore. But we're going to take it out and mark it. We may not put it back. I'll have to get underneath this truck when I get more into it and see if the air tank heaters are even still a thing. Get this one out. Get it marked. I've always wanted one of these trucks since I was a kid, and I know it gets old, but everybody says, oh man, it looks like BJ and the Bear. Yeah, that's probably the first time I ever seen one of these trucks. And there's a few people around the nation who's got these trucks, and they've made them look like the BJ and the Bear truck, the Billy Joe McKay truck. And but I doubt very much if I do that to this, because if I do that, then I'm going to have to buy a trailer and paint it up like the BJ and the Bear, and I don't have a facility big enough to work on one of those or keep it. So if I had a big long barn where I could just pull this thing through and not have to mess with it, I might do that, but I don't know. Nobody knows what the future holds, so something may break loose or something may happen. But right now I'm just considering concentrating on getting the truck fixed up and get the disrepair and stuff done to it that nobody cared to do over the years. This thing was sitting out in Arizona for 5 years, and all the airbags are rotten, the air levelers need replaced, the air levelers are broke. It just that Arizona sun just is brutal on equipment out there, and it's just so dry out there also that it's just so hard on hoses and anything rubber, and it just really hard on stuff. So that was the mirror heat. I'll make us a tag for that. Tape that up and insulate it so it don't blow up under the dash and cause a fire. Pretty soon I'll have a garage built and have this thing in the garage where it's out of the elements, and this old truck deserves to be put inside, and I don't know if I'd use the term of put out to pasture, but it deserves to have good care taken care of it, and it already did. I mean, the frame is in really good shape. There's a couple of pieces that need replaced. The bushings are all dry rotted, like I said, from the Arizona sun, so that's really hard on stuff out there. So it just sat for a long time and disrepair, and we're going to fix her up. We're going to get this thing a lot nicer than what it is already. It's not going to be a big show quality truck, but it is going to be nice, and it's going to catch an eye going down the road, because there just ain't very many of them around. I drove this thing back 1,700 miles from Arizona, and I seen a total of 2 cab over trucks on all the way back, and two of them, and that was it. The rest of them were conventionals, and the cab over thing is just not there anymore, and a lot of people don't like them. They're a little bit more difficult to work on, and they're but you know, they help this country so much when they were on the road, because that's all people used to have. If you watch the old movies like Convoy or something like that, there was a lot of cab overs on there, and even I don't know if you guys remember the show called Knight Rider or not. Had the Hoff in it, David Hasselhoff. They in the later a couple years after they started that series, they had Goliath on there, and I think it was a 72 or a 73 Peterbilt. I'm not big on the Peterbilt models, but the I think it was I know it was a Peterbilt for sure, but I don't remember what exactly year. It was a 72 or a 73 series, and I don't even remember the model. But I always thought that truck was pretty cool, blacked out, kind of gray and black, and but it was that was a pretty cool truck. But the cab overs helped this country for a long time, and the cab overs were popular before the conventionals ever were. And I know for those of you who like the Smokey and the Bandit movie. I know that was a conventional in that show, and that's one of my favorite shows too. It's a great show, love it, and watch it all the time. And the truck in there, I think that was a I don't remember what kind of truck it was now. I've watched that movie a million times and now I don't remember. I think it was a Kenworth, but not sure. But it was that was a great truck. And but the cab overs, there's several cab overs in that movie too. And in Smokey and the Bandit, like, you know, driving down the road or whatever. But a lot of guys had them back then, and they were really popular. But, got 3 more switches to get out of here, and then we'll knock the switch holes out from this thing, and that's some marker lights. Beautiful evening here in Indiana. Hear the birds singing out there. It rained a lot and stormed a lot the last couple of days, but I think we're good now. If you guys got any ideas for this truck, I'm struggling to find a name for this project. I was wanting to name it Henry after my grandpa, but I don't know. It kind of been thinking about it, and I'd like to find something a little more different than that. But I don't know if you guys have any ideas. You know, whoever watches this has a good idea, put it in the comments, and we'll see how it sounds. But I'm going to take the dashboard lid off too. Take it up and get it powder coated. Everything with this wood grain coating on there, it's going to get a nice powder coat. Nice powder coat of black. It'll turn out really nice. For whatever reason, they chose to put fog light switches for each light in this truck. The fog lights, I took them off the other day, and they were ruined. They were pretty much unsalvageable, and they don't make fog lights like that anymore. And I want to upgrade those to LED. I want to try to upgrade. You know, if we have something that needs to, you know, be upgraded for the functionality, I'm going to be all for that. LED headlights are, you know, the next wave of the future. They use a lot less power, and they put out a lot more light, and they're just a good thing. But we've just about got this thing out of here. But shout out to Mike if he's watching, Mike Chamberlain, Peterbilt Mike. Like I said in my first video, he's the one that was kind of encouraging me to do these, and so that's good. But got all the marker lights in here. See what I mean? These lights are there's like a mouse nest built in that one, or a spider web, I mean. And you can't get these that I know of in LED. They're all incandescent, and they're kind of a lost thing. Can't get them in colored that I know of. If anybody knows if you can get them in color, put it in the comments. But we're going to knock all of them out and put some nice Carling switches in there. We're going to order those from Over the River and Through the Woods. Jim does a good job out there. I've ordered a lot of product from him. Of course, with everything else, he's having supply issues these days because of COVID and everything else, because a lot of his stuff's made in Japan, and he's just having problems getting it. It's electronics, so you know, everybody's struggling to keep up. Worldwide shortage right now. But we're gonna make two nice switch panels for this, and put some tape over this and insulate this thing. That way, if we, like I said earlier, if we want to drive this thing, it ain't gonna hurt anything. And I want to drive it. I want to drive this thing all the time. It's a great piece of equipment. I love this truck. I've only had it, I don't know, probably going on 3 weeks, but it's a great truck. I was really lucky to find it. And see if I can find my screwdriver. Not sure what I did with it. All right, I'm gonna shut the camera off and go find a screwdriver and take this lid out of here, and I'll keep doing more videos, and hope you guys like them. Like I said, I don't claim to be an expert at it. I'm pretty much a amateur at this point. So hope everybody likes this stuff, and just an average guy trying to have some fun like everybody else. So until the next video, we'll see you guys later.